At this time, we'll call upon the Township Committee for further comment. So, Ms. Johnson.
Okay. On the consent calendar, I just wanted to make note that I am so excited to see that we are adding 5, or is it 4, if I've miscounted, excuse me, new volunteer firefighters. And this is the most that we have added in a very, very long time. There's just an aggressive push now by our new chief, Jesse Carr, and deputy chief, Michael Nunn, to recruit new members. And again, I just can't emphasize enough how much these people pour their hearts into the job of saving lives and how much money they save the taxpayers. So 5 new firefighters added, yes, very excited. And just quickly, back in the budget for just a minute, wanted to piggyback off something that you were saying, Mayor Caffrey. It's, you know, the budget is just not about cutting costs. We're also looking at the revenue side. And I'm very excited and, you know, am interested to attend my first EDAC meeting. Mr. Sisler's in charge of the Economic Development Committee, and I think that, you know, this is about sort of plowing the ground for the future so that we increase our revenues, increase our revenues, because cost increases will be upon us. We are not totally in control, so we have to look at the revenue side as well. So we look to the EDAC committee and the progress that will make. I believe there's several sewer projects on the map that could bring in some additional fees and revenues. And Monday night, the planning board passed the application by K. Hovnanian to build the townhouses on the Honeywell property. And that's going to bring in some additional revenue. And, oh, by the way, those townhouses are going to be gorgeous. We saw all the plans, and I think we want to buy one. They're really going to be lovely, so it's very exciting news, and look forward to more ratables and revenue. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Great, thanks. Now, if you buy one, can you move out of your house? Can I use your pool?
Yeah, sure. No, join the pool.
Yeah, I do. Mr. Nutt.
2 comments. One, for those of you that follow the law, courts, etc., you may have seen that Republicans and Democrats work together to nominate finally a Supreme Court justice in New Jersey. So yes, it is possible, notwithstanding the current political climate nationally. So I was happy to see that because it is a very important court. Secondly, as to the fire department, so Ms. Johnson and I are on the fire department subcommittee, and one of the things that we said at the outset was we're going to meet with the volunteers monthly. And you may think, well, that's nice, they're volunteers. If we had to rely on an all-paid department, we would probably have to double or maybe increase the department by about 60%. So the volunteers save
Millions.
$1 million, $2 million, at least.
At least.
You factor in healthcare costs, et cetera, pension contribution. And so I want to commend them, but I also want to say that one of the reasons we're doing it is precisely why we didn't have a meeting last night, because we were supposed to have a meeting with the volunteers last night. There was a structure fire on Mendham Road, and the volunteers went off to the structure fire. So those are the types of creative things where we look to, at a municipal level, save some money. The tipping fees, take a single stream approach so that we can reduce waste and reduce tipping fees. These are the types of things that we do, that we think about. I always welcome, if you have an idea, to email me. I'll respond to them. I don't think my cell phone number is on the website. My office number is. Some of you have my cell phone number, though. And so I welcome that input and those kinds of questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Sisler.
I'm good, Mr. Mayor, thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Mancuso.
Thank you, sir. Just 2 quick comments. I didn't mention Mr. Quinn before when I was giving kudos to all the people who worked in this budget, but there is no question that he is the glue that holds this portion of the township together. And were it not for him, we would not have as good a rate and as good a budget as we have. Right. Secondarily, a little history lesson. Someone at church 2 weeks ago gave me a telephone book from Morristown, gave me a telephone book of our area, the Morristown area, from 1901. The name of the 2 towns were Morristown and Morristown Township. Never knew that before. When the legislature split the town and township in 1865, that was the designation of names, and the names were not changed until somewhere around 1940. I'll bring the book in. You'll see some names of most of the streets you pass by in Morris Township and Morristown are the names of the people who were the governing body at that time.
Thank you. You know, you can't talk about a phone book from 1901 and then dish it off to me. I thought you were going to say, I looked in there and I saw my name in there.
Just my father's.
So, just a couple quick things. I talked a little bit about the pools, but the Streeter grand opening is set for June the 25th. The pool should be opening with a soft opening, so to speak, early June. They were ahead of schedule. Obviously, we had a nice mild winter, which I know DPW, they were able to take a little bit of a breather this year, and they were very happy about that. So, grand opening for Streeter is right on schedule. They're, in fact, like I said, a little bit ahead of schedule. We're hoping to have a soft opening early June and do our grand opening big party on June the 25th. Morristown Nationals Little League opening day was last Saturday. Morristown American is this Saturday. I know the fire subcommittee was out there with donuts and coffee and looking to draft some more volunteers, but it's a great event to kind of get out to see all these kids that come out for Little League opening day, which is always a great start to the summer. I always look forward to that day. On that note, I am going to ask for a motion on the monthly reports.
So move, sir.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And we got to pay the bills, $7,960,512.75. Do I hear a motion on the bills?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Roll call.
Mrs. Johnson?
Yes.
Mr. Mancuso?
Pardon me?
Mr. Mancuso?
Yes.
I thought you were going to say no. I'm like, well, now what do we get?
Mr. Nunn?
Yes.
Mr. Sisler?
Yes.
Mayor Caffrey?
Yes.
Before we adjourn, you may have to reset the next meeting date.
Yes. Our next meeting date will be, as opposed to May the 18th, will be Tuesday, May the 17th. And same bat time, same bat channel. For those of you who remember those days. I know Mr. Nunn probably has no idea right now what I'm talking about.
I
But,
watched it at Nick night.
so that'll go out and be publicized, but just wanted to let make everybody aware that the meeting day will be the 17th, Tuesday night, as opposed to Wednesday, the 18th. Motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Adjourned. Thanks. Have a great evening, everyone.